Welcome to the press conference for Peau, lisse, which is screening this afternoon as a world premiere in the international competition. Let's just introduce everyone who maybe you can't see, and also we forgot to give a name to someone. He's got it now. Starting over there is the film DP Francois Peau. One of the film's producers, Dunia Sichov. Another producer, Jean-Marie Paulin. Director, Denis Cote. One of the film's actors, Ronald Young. And also Joël Bertosa, another producer of the film. So we'll probably do most of this talking in English, but of course if you want to ask any questions in French or Italian, you're welcome to. If you need quotes in French also, then you can talk in French. Well, Joël, kind of like French. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to start, or I can lead off with something. Yeah, over there.
Buongiorno intanto e complimenti per il film. È un film di corpi che si mostrano. E qual è stato il pensiero che ha spinto il regista a lavorare su una dimensione in cui la parola va a scomparire e resta solo la fisicità a parlare?
Thank you for that question. I think it's important to say that I'm a film person, not a subject person, and I didn't want to make a social film. I didn't want to make film number 85 about bodybuilding. So everybody has seen the ultimate reference about bodybuilding in cinema, and it's kind of an old reference. It's Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So when you've seen that documentary, how can you be more interesting or more original than that movie? So I was kind of afraid to make again the same film about that sport. So I thought, okay, there's no way it's going to be a social film. It won't be a film that is saying bodybuilding is great, or bodybuilding is sad, or bodybuilding is dangerous. There was no way I would make a film like that. So I started thinking, in what way could I make, hopefully, the most original bodybuilding film ever made? I think you have to approach every new project with some sort of pretension, and thinking, well, can I be different from all these films? So I thought, okay, I'm going to show these people in another light, a much more intimate life. I told all of them we're going to stay outside the gym, as much as possible outside the gym, as much as possible outside the competitions. And let's try something different. Let's film Ronald with his son. Let's film somebody doing dishes. Let's film this guy doing the laundry. So it could be funny, poetic, but it's not social. It's just an impressionist, contemplative film about bodies, about skin. And I told them it's going to be a very soft, not soft, but doux, a film doux. So in the end, I think you watch the film and you can feel I'm kind of falling in love with these guys. I am respecting the discipline of these guys. So in the end, I like to say it's not a film about bodybuilding. It's a film about men having passion. If I want to be a little arrogant, I could tell you that these guys could collect stamps and it would be fine for me. They were just beautiful in their passion. So of course when you meet them for the first time, you feel like maybe laughing at this sport, or we have all these prejudice against these people. But no way, when you start talking to them and you see that they wake up every morning at 5 a.m., they go to the gym, they go to work, they have a family life, they prepare for competitions, they eat what they eat, they have a crazy life, and at some point you don't laugh about it anymore, you really admire these people. So I got caught in something. I fell in love with these guys genuinely. So when you see the film, I really hope you feel a real empathy and respect for what they are doing. But am I into bodybuilding? Am I more interested in bodybuilding now? Am I a bodybuilder? No. So that's what the film is. It's just an exploration. It's just a fascination for these guys. So I hope it's communicating with the audience. Sorry, I talk a lot. I warned you. Well, there was another aspect of it because, well, first of all, I wanted to make a film about one of the guys in the film. Benoit, the spiritual kinesiologist. It's a guy I know since 15, 20 years. He's very eccentric. He's a very special person. And I wanted to make a film about only him. But he kind of said no, so I don't know. I started being interested by his Facebook. Because all of his friends were bodybuilders. So stalking his Facebook and seeing all these pictures of guys, I'm like, whoa, there are some crazy characters in that Facebook. So I started casting people, and I wanted to find the most, not original ones, but the most interesting people. People who are not only at the gym all day long and having no life. I could tell you that a lot of these guys are honestly not interesting people.
Yes, that's very, very true.
So I was really trying to find people with other hobbies or passions outside getting big at the gym. So yeah, that was the first thing. So I kind of fell in love with his Facebook and all these guys. And the second reason is, if you follow my films, you can see that in all my films there's a sick person. There was somebody in one of my old films, she had to sell a kidney to survive. Then there was a film about a man, he had diabetes. Then I made a film with a depressive woman. So I started looking at my films, I'm like, there's always a sick person in my film. And I have health problems since 10 years. I have a kidney disease, so it's always in my life. I need to consider life with a kidney problem and ultimately a transplant someday. So seeing these guys, I can see guys who are fighting for an ideal of beauty. They are trying to be the most beautiful possible. Sometimes they hurt their own body to achieve that. And me, I'm trying to do not too much to preserve what I have left. So the opposite were very, very interesting, and I entered a sort of unconscious dialogue in my situation and their situation. So the film became even more personal for me, I guess. That's what you wanted to hear.
Maybe there was another reason why you wanted.
Movies, there is sometimes a strong part of reality. Here it's a documentary, but you say that is a doc-fiction. So I want to know which is the invented part, which is the constructed part, and how do you balance these two?
Well, so far I'm very happy because people who watch the film, they don't know what's real, what's not real. They think I was with these guys for a long period of time. And sometimes a lot of things are completely staged in the film and people think it's totally true. Some people say it's a documentary. I disagree with that word because filmmaking is about making strong choices. I'm lying a lot about the reality I'm filming. So I don't know if you want some examples. In the film at some point the young guy is fighting with his girlfriend. Total acting. But based on real stuff, based on their realities. At some point another guy is fighting with his girlfriend around the table, completely acted. Obviously some very more simple stuff, like when Bernard is when he's putting the camera in. That is a little dumb, but I say it's a little dumb, and we created that scene, but it comes from interviews I had with these guys because we were talking about the obsession of your image. And these guys, you should see how they use their Facebook and their Instagram, and they post a lot more pictures than regular people, which is totally normal. And then I thought, okay, how could I translate that into a funny scene so the guy he's kind of funny and lonely in his garage. So it's based on something real, but we recreated it through. It's the dumbest fiction part in the film. But we did a lot of these things, and the last part of the film is scripted. Of course, I bring the guys in the countryside with me, and so most of the film is fiction, but based on their reality.
You must have also asked them at certain points to just recreate things they would normally do.
Yes.
For example, I mean, the scene that was really interesting at the beginning is the scene where, I mean, I forget his name, but the breakfast eating sequence, where there's so much emotion goes through.
That's a
one
great example. When I started making the film, first of all, I talked with the guys and I interviewed them. What are you doing in a normal day in your life? I could not go film them at their workplace because 3 of these guys, like Ronald, they work in a jail, like as prison guards. So I was not allowed in jail. So the film, you don't really know what they do for a living. But then I would interview them and say, okay, what's a normal day for you? So I asked one of the guys and he said, well, every morning I have my breakfast and I watch YouTube videos, and those videos are motivational videos about bodybuilding. And then he's like, and then usually I cry. I said, you cry? He said, yeah, every morning my girlfriend is sleeping and most of the time I cry. I said, why? He said, 3 years ago, I was in the street. I was taking all sorts of drugs. I was sleeping at friends' places. I was a nobody, and then I discovered that my body is reacting well to physical activity, and it became a hobby, then a passion. Then I met my new girlfriend, and now, look at me, bodybuilding saved me. He said that every morning I watch these videos, and I remember where I was 3 years ago, and I cry every morning. So I took some notes, and I'm like, can we film that? He said, yeah, I'm gonna cry. And we filmed only once, and he's eating way too fast. That's not what I asked. And he has problems breathing because some of these guys have problems breathing. And then he's crying. And wow, so these things are staged based on interviews, but still with some surprises. So on a filmic level, it's wonderful. You cannot write these scenes. They just happen and you have to catch them. So it was a one-shot deal and he cried on camera and wow. So, yeah.
Hello, I'm from Czech Republic, Locarno. I will ask Ronald about the negative side of bodybuilding. If you meet some, like Danny now mentioned, breathing problems. So what are the other problems you meet? Because I've always thought, okay, so I don't take it as a ideal body. You mentioned, or it's written everywhere that it's ideal body. I don't think it's ideal body. I think it's obsessive body or whatever. And I like you, yeah, and you are all very sympathetic, and it actually destroyed my prejudices towards bodybuilders. Thank you.
I'm gonna start with bodybuilding. Okay. Everyone start like me. Okay. Everybody wants to get healthy. Okay. When I finished school a very long time ago, I was 250 pounds and very fat. I have a big huge stomach. And when you look in the mirror, you kind of not like yourself anymore, right? So at one point you have to take advancement to get better, to look better at one point. And that's where you come to be more healthy in life, okay? For the time when you reach your goals and you want even more to achieve more, then you peak on the sport as a physic or even as a bodybuilder, okay? Of course, bodybuilding is extreme sports, okay? People that are huge, that are 300 pounds and more, of course, depends on body, they will have problems, like breathing problems. Maybe heart disease, but all depends on everyone's goals. In bodybuilding, there are different classes, different ways. Okay, of course, a guy that's like me, 5'7", and I'm weighing like 195 pounds. On the competition day, it looks very good. Okay, but if I 5'7", I put 300 pounds on me, muscles, I don't think you guys are gonna like me. that such an amount of time because bodybuilding for me is a sculpture, it's an art to create into your body and to express yourself out of who you are. And most bodybuilders everybody has their stories. Okay, when they become a bodybuilder to be that extreme, they will have a very very hard path to become what they are today. Either to prove themselves, or either that they're in the street before, or
They were bullied, that's cool. Some were bullied, that's cool, and they react.
Yes. It's like people that are comparison to people that are very small, very skinny, they would like to go in the army to prove themselves who they are. And bodybuilders most likely have the hard path. So with all the stories, what they build confidence, what they build focus, concentration at the gym, and turn all this to a passion, this is very, very, very strong.
Like I really like, you just said it's art and sculpture. When I started the project, and all of you here, you probably don't agree with these two words, but hang out with these guys for only 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and even if they seem like extremists or crazy guys, at some point you're gonna agree with the words art and sculpture. Is it a sport? Are these guys athletes? I don't know. Are they? But I kind of agree now with the words sculpting art somehow. But I know here nobody agrees. But
Have you had the scene? You're in the art class scene.
yeah, there's an art class.
We saw that in the movie when those sculpture, they try to be perfect in all the body, all the head, and that must be an equilibrium specific to it. So I think it's art, it's sculpture, of course, and art.
Of course. Like Hanal is sitting here, and we could go on and say that bodybuilding is great, but I'm not stupid. There are both sides.
Yeah.
And he knows too. It's just that he won't sit here and say bodybuilding is bad, but I just remembered once his trainer, we see him in the film, Jackson, he told me, I don't know if you were there, but he said, look, every guy I'm training, I know where to push him. What's the maximum for this guy's body? And at some point I asked them, do you want to push over what is healthy for your body? And then I list everything that is going to start being dangerous for their bodies.
Steroid.
Kidneys, liver, heart, libido, everything. And the guys, I don't know if you agree, but the guys decide if they want to push the limit or not. So if they push the limit, well, it becomes a bit dangerous, but it's beautiful.
A lot of people will give their passion, their health to their passion. Every athlete or extremist will do that. Okay, no matter it's bodybuilding or no matter it's any kind of sports. Okay, but throughout all these, you have to practice. You have to put effort. You have to work hard to achieve all this. And there's nothing magical if you don't work it. If you don't work it out every day to daily basis.
If you don't do it, or you stop, it's like a ballerina or something.
Well,
The body is going
because for many years you're dieting, okay, your body will be constant, your metabolism will be constant fast. Okay, you won't actually, if you let go everything, you start eating McDonald's every day, then that's a different story. You keep a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, you won't go back to who you are before because you know how it's hard from the beginning until now, right? So, one more thing I want to say is, when we get older, okay, you will see, no matter our mom or my grandma, they always have problems. Okay, no matter I go see a doctor, they can tell you, you have to lose weight, or you don't do enough exercise, you have high blood pressure. Why is it that? Most likely because their lifestyle is not healthy enough. Okay, then you have to go see a nutritionist, you have to go to physio, you have to go do everything to fix you up at that point. But why don't you try to prevent all this? You understand? And throughout the time you can prevent all this.
Means the heart that they're not too pumped along.
then you have to practice. If you have cardio problem, then you might need to practice your heart a little bit.
Quanto è importante, lo chiedo sia al regista che al protagonista, il fatto che non sia uno sport fatto in solitudine ma fatto insieme agli altri. Ecco, perché l'immagine che viene fuori nell'ultima parte del film, quando sono tutti insieme, sembrano un gruppo di titani che stanno preparandosi per qualche altra impresa scendendo dall'Olimpo. Ecco, volevo sapere quanto era importante il fatto di non essere soli e di essere in gruppo.
Well, of course, I really like your question. The words you are putting on the last part of the film was exactly what I imagined. I knew I was filming the guys one by one in their intimacy, and most of these guys are only interested by themselves and their world and achieve something. So I thought, wow, it would be great to put them all together and bring them somewhere where they can have a break. Because for me, in my impression, these guys are tormented. They are always in gyms. They are always completely obsessed by what they're doing and themselves and even their family and their jobs. So I'm like, okay, we need to finish this film with something poetic, something that would be a little childish and romantic. So I imagined that minibus. They all go one by one, and it's like going to school, and I'm gonna bring them to a lake and a mountain, and I was behaving like I was 6 years old. And I was calling them, and I'm like, okay guys, on that date, we're all going, bring your luggage, bring your food. We're going 1 hour away from Montreal, and you're gonna sleep in a country house all together. And they were not all friends. Some of them knew each other. Actually, they were not friends. They all look at each other when they're competing, and they're not jealous of each other, but they're not friends. So I wanted to create this laboratory when they would all have to be together. So I had this strongman, the wrestler. He doesn't care for bodybuilders because he's about strength, not about aesthetic. So I'm like, let's see how he's gonna behave with the other guys. And then I had the young guy. He's a natural. He doesn't take anything special to look like he looks. So I'm like, oh, he's only 19. Let's see how he's gonna behave with the 35-year-old guys. And near a lake in the countryside with sheep and carrots. And so for me, I was a bit evil. I was imagining what's gonna happen with this bunch of guys shirtless, all alone in the forest. And I knew there would be a little homoerotic feel to the whole thing, but I didn't want to go explicit on that. But I knew it would be kind of fun. And then when we are in the forest and they're putting oil on you, it's kind of amazing because for me as the director, I see this homoerotic fun thing, but they just see it as a normal thing. Of course you have to put oil to go and show off. It's normal. So there's nothing homoerotic for them. But for me, we're behind the camera and we're like, okay, can you put me more? And then I told them, I say, we're gonna go in the field, we're gonna create a stage, and you're gonna have your little competition together. Okay? They like doing that. They love showing off between each other. So for me, it was just like I wasn't total poetry for me, but they were just like it was business as usual for them, and they were looking at each other. So it was really important for me to put them together. The film would make no sense just to show you 6 guys alone, because there's not always a sense of community in these guys, and I wanted to create one. So maybe it's a fake one in the film, but I don't know if you agree. Like you guys don't hang out with each other, you know?
No, we actually, because bodybuilding is a very, very solitude sport. It's always you and yourself. It's always you versus yourself until the stage day competitions. So throughout the time, it's always you versus yourself. Even though you see another builder, okay, you will scan him, you will look at him. Okay, no matter if it's a woman or a man. But we will just, that guys have good shape, that guys work hard for that
You
shape.
should see how these guys look at each other.
Very animal play animal. In a way, it's like animals.
They look
I was
at
gonna ask you about this.
Well, I don't want to say
No, but
that.
I don't want to compare it to animals. But it's an instinctual.
There's something instinctual. There is maybe a little envy, not jealousy, but it's competition on a sports level. It's so you should see when I introduced him to another guy in the film. They shook hands and they looked at each other like they are sorry, pieces of meat. Like they are looking at every muscle. But for me, not being into bodybuilding, it looked so erotic. But for them, there's nothing sexual in that environment. It's like when they're doing the competitions, everybody's half naked. The girls, the guys, there's not 1 inch of sexuality or sex appeal in the air. It's just sport. It's pure meat. So it's at some point it's beautiful for a filmmaker to see these little things. So if you want to learn about the drugs, the diet, the psychology, why do you make bodybuilding, interviews, I don't know, watch TV. There's a lot of these documentaries on TV, and that's not what the film I wanted to make. So, yeah.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you, Denise, Ronald, everybody else.